What's going on, guys? We are in episode 5 of the Lifters Ranting videos. So, as you can see, by myself today. Been trying to find a guest, but it just hasn't worked out where I've been able to link up with anyone. So, you just get me today, and you guys all know I don't have any problem ranting enough by myself. So, first thing I wanted to do was little shout out and taste test for Phase 1 Nutrition. It's called Pre-Phase Super Pre-Workout. Blue Magic flavor. So, give it a little test. About ready to do deadlifts today. Pretty excited. Not bad. Definitely obviously like a blue raz. I would even almost go with more of like a blueberry. It kind of has like a blue raz and like a lemon little image on it, so it kind of does taste like a blueberry lemon or blue raz lemon, something like that. It's pretty good. The formula is stacked. I've never heard of this company before today. My buddy Andre brought this. Shout out to Trinity Nutrition, always hooking it up. Now we're going to jump into our lifting topic for today, which I figured since it's just me, a good topic would be going over records in powerlifting. So, being a coach and also being a lifter, more importantly I would say, records are kind of always something that, who doesn't want to break records, right? Whether it's state, whether it's American, whether it's world, obviously breaking records would be cool as fuck. But the main idea of this rant is, for those of you who are maybe just dead set on chasing records, especially if it's your first meet. So, I guess the topic would be kind of importance of records, right, in powerlifting. If you're asking me if I was to keep the answer short and sweet, they don't really mean much of anything, guys. Not that you shouldn't strive for them. If you know you're near a record and it's something that kind of helps motivate you, something you can use as a goal to attain, by all means, I love that. But don't reach for something and just think that you're gonna be able to get a shortcut there. You're gonna be able to just escalate accelerate your progress to the point where you're gonna hit this record by meet day, when it's just not enough time realistically. I wouldn't aim for a record as a main goal on meet day. If you go in and you're just chasing and reaching for records, especially, again, not to put these goals down, but a state record, I mean, come on, with all the divisions and all of the powerlifting federations, and it's I don't know, what does a state record really mean? Again, it's a cool thing to accomplish, right? But I wouldn't have that be top priority when you go into a meet. That should be a secondary priority at the very, at the max. So, focus on hitting your lifts, maximizing your strength on that day, and for me, I always want to place as high as I could possibly place. So, PRs and placing, you know what I mean? And for me personally, especially when you go to national level meets like the Arnold and Raw Nationals, for me, it's always kind of me versus me. My goal is to beat the best version of myself on that day. So, whether it's adding 2.5 kilos to a lift or 2.5 kilos to my total, I want to beat the best version of myself on that day. I could really care less about what others are doing, especially at Raw National where there's so many competitors, it's so competitive. At the Arnold, obviously, I'm maybe paying a little bit more attention. There's less of us, and there's money to be won, right? So I've been lucky enough to win 3 Arnolds and take home a little bit of money. So, that's always a positive, right? But again, that's still not my top priority. My top priority is actually always to just best myself. hopefully that makes sense. And that's just my opinion, guys. Like if a state record is like your end all be all, I support that. You know, go for it. As a coach for my clients, I tell them not to worry about it. But yeah, we definitely want to smash records when we can, right? So that's kind of my whole record rant. Going into the non-fitness topic, we are going to be talking about a question that I had given to me as a topic to talk about by one of, I think, subscribers on YouTube. And the question was, what would I be doing if I wasn't a coach and a gym owner, I guess now? So it's a great question. When I was growing up, I was one of those kids, I had no fucking clue what I wanted to do. We'd go to the guidance counselor, right, every year, multiple times a year. They'd be like, what do you think you want to do? I don't know. I would never have any idea. Like, I literally didn't know what to tell them. When I got a little bit into lifting, I did start to think about having a gym. I thought that would be really cool, right? Who doesn't think that's a cool idea? I don't know. I still like think back when the question was asked, I was like, I don't know what I would do. Before this, I was kind of like jumping from like a few different jobs. But right before I went full bore into the personal training and coaching, I was in the process of becoming a state trooper. So I was literally all the way through the whole application process, which took about a year and a half by the time I started it till the time that I actually ended up getting out of it. And that was the only job I could really think of that I might be interested in doing, right? Like, I mean, I was like, state cop. I knew they had good benefits. Like, you know, helping people sounds cool. Yeah, you're looked at as like, you know, some people like to be dickheads to you, but like, you know, at the end of the day, they're out there trying to help, you know, serve and protect. I always like the idea of that. But what ended up happening was, to make a long story short, is you have all these hoops to jump through with that. I don't know if any of you have ever done it, but, you know, starts out with like a written exam, then there's an oral exam, then there's an interview, then there's a polygraph test. I went through all of that, and I was actually on the last stage where you pretty much just have to get your eyes checked and a physical, and then you have your academy start date. And I already had the academy start date. It was just pending the eye exam and the physical. Passed the physical, failed the eye exam. Apparently this left eye is all but for looks. And it was at the point where I was actually going to get LASIK. The optometrist did all of these tests, ended up finding like I have some type of issue in my eye that LASIK actually probably wouldn't have even done anything for. So good thing he recognized this and realized that LASIK wasn't even an option. And that was kind of it. Like, you have to have a certain vision requirement in order to get in, and I didn't. So I had to kind of change direction as far as what I wanted to do. And at this point, I was already personal training and doing online training. So, and I really enjoyed that, working with people online, working with people in person, getting them stronger, seeing them hit PRs, seeing their body composition improve. It felt as good when I would see them get results as it did for me. And as you guys probably know, like hitting a PR in the gym, seeing results in your body composition, nothing feels as good as that, right? Like, it's an addicting feeling. I think that's why we're all kind of in this game. Like, obviously health and wellness, but also that feeling you get like after a good training session, after you hit a PR, it's addicting. So helping people also achieve that was just as rewarding to me. And that's why after that point, I just told myself, I'm going to do this by any means necessary. And I literally just kind of convinced myself that I'm going to go full force into this and give everything, give 100%, or I'll live in the street. It was literally that, like, I was like at that point mentally. So at that, you know, during all this time, I was a full-time student. I was managing a GNC full-time, and I was also in the Air Force Reserve. So I was doing a lot. I ended up, you know, sticking with all of those things for a short while. Ended up quitting school. Then I ended up quitting GNC, and then eventually got out of the Air Force too. But like at that point, I was just all in on training. So, and it paid off. You know what I mean? It paid off. I'm able to do it, make a living. I mean, not currently. Thanks a lot, coronavirus. But, you know what I mean? I've, been able to start the gym up and have some success. Work with a lot of great people, great lifters. And, I hope I can continue to do this for the rest of my life. So, for those of you who have ever supported the brand or I've worked with you one-on-one, I appreciate you guys greatly. You truly are the reason I'm able to do what I do. So your support means the world to me, and that's why I'll continue to give as much value back as I possibly can. I understand that in this overly saturated world of like fitness or whatever you want to call it, I feel like a lot of people are always asking for a lot, but they don't remember to give back. So I want to just continue to just push out value to you guys, whether it's content, whether it's merch, whether it's the coaching service, whether it's the PWRBLD site, and we're always looking to improve those various avenues that I can help give back. So I appreciate you guys. We'll continue to do our part. I'll continue to give 100% in everything that I do with that. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I got for this one, guys. I think this is probably going to be one of the longer videos too, and it's just me. That's because I can rant all damn day. So I'm going to wrap it up there. If you guys can please do me a favor, like the video. It does help out a lot. Helps kind of with the YouTube algorithm. So please hit the damn like button. It just takes a click. Subscribe if you haven't. If you like the videos, if you like the content, the information, hopefully a little bit of entertainment, hopefully you guys get some laughs. I am going to be opening up some spots for one-on-one coaching for May. So it's we're about a week out, but I'll have some start dates available for May. I just made a post on Instagram actually about it. Limited in how many people I could bring on, but every month usually I could bring on 1 or 2 new people. And for May we still have 2 spots left. So if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, there will be a link in the description below, and you can kind of get more information on my coaching, everything it includes, which is, you'll have contact with me daily, technique analysis, meet day help, macro guidance, individual programming, of course. So if you guys have any questions, if you ever have any topic ideas, hit me with a comment below. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in episode 6.